Hello, this is Janey, exactly one half of the Sort of the Story podcast. This fall, Max and I decided to do a 10-episode run of off-topic episodes, which we really enjoyed doing and we really hope you enjoyed listening to. But to celebrate the Christmas season, we've decided to release a special bonus off-topic episode all about the reality show I Wanna Marry Harry, which I am obsessed with and I'm so excited for you guys to listen to. And just on behalf of both of us, I just wanted to say that this year of podcasting has been one of the best parts of 2022. You guys have stuck with us while we laughed, while I cried several times on this podcast, and while we did our best to figure out how microphones worked. We didn't succeed, but we're closer than we have ever been. 2022 was a year full of stories, and we can't wait to see what 2023 has in store for us. And on that note, it is my personal New Year's resolution to get at least 50 reviews on Apple Podcasts before New Year's. Right now, we're at like 47, so this is a very reasonable goal to have. So if you're in the spirit of giving, please take a moment to drop us a 5-star rating and a quick little review to tell us what you think of the podcast. Nice things only, because I'll cry, as I have demonstrated. Okay, that's all the business. Now on to the mind-blowing reality show that I think most of us Men in Black style wiped from our minds. Happy holidays, everyone. Stay warm. Oh, and go join the Discord. Bye.
Welcome to Sort of Off Topic.
This is my beautiful and talented and very smart friend named Max, and you better fucking respect her.
And this is Janey, my non-romantic life partner, who I would kill or die for 1,000 times over. And if you can't respect her, then you can't respect me. And if you can't respect me, you better get ready for a knuckle sandwich, baby.
Hello. Okay, go ahead. And welcome.
Why are you mad at me? I did it on time this time.
And I wanted to leave you hanging so bad. I even planned it today. I wiggled my little butt like Shaq, and I was like, I'm gonna set her up, and I'm not gonna help her. And I forgot because I'm too helpful naturally.
Sorry, buddy. Do you want to try it again from the top?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hello! Damn it!
You can't!
Welcome to an off-topic episode.
What's up? This is Sort of Off Topic, the podcast where we talk about things that are kind of stories, but not the kind of stories that we usually talk about on Sort of the Story, the podcast that this is a podcast from.
And the podcast is a listening device. No. So, here's the thing.
If you need to understand what a podcast is, just go back to the first episode.
It's important. I can explain it to you because I'm very smart, historically speaking, and proven. Max and I weighed our heads today.
With a kitchen scale? Because Janey was like, I wonder how heavy my head is.
Yeah. I don't want to brag. You know me. Not a bragger. My head is a full pound heavier than Max's. Oh, light brain over here.
I don't need this today.
I
really don't need this today.
She's clearly the pretty one in our friendship because she's not the smart one. My brain is beefy.
Friends at home.
Yeah.
Janey's head is between 10 and 11 pounds. My head is
10 pounds.
Below tens of pounds.
Oh my god. It's so embarrassing.
It really is. So, listen, if you're here with us, I just have one simple request. And it is that you go home and you find your kitchen scale and you lay on the ground and you put your head on the kitchen scale, not your neck, just your head, and you tell us how much your head weighs.
Preferably have your best friend be the one to read it, because it's really funny when they find out that their brain is smaller than yours.
Well... My brain is as dense as a dying star. It is the size of a pea.
And yet, the kitchen scale would disagree.
Janey, you really don't understand the difference between density and weight.
I really don't.
This is the second time today that this has come up.
I had my hair on the scale to see how much pounds that adds, and the answer is none. No pounds.
3 ounces.
Yeah, no pounds, though.
Okay, but I will say, it's because it's between 10 and 11 pounds.
Yeah.
3 ounces, and mine, which was like 10.4 ounces.
Yeah, but if we take away your hair...
Not that much of a difference.
If we take away your hair, then you're going to be at the solid 10.
I barely have hair.
Okay, anyway. Today I'm going to tell Max about something that I was very excited to tell her about. Are you ready?
Yes, now I am.
Woo! I want to...
Please teach me something. Fill my tiny, tiny brain with knowledge.
This is really going to help you be smarter.
Thank you for your charity.
I need a regular piece of paper to cover the back of this because I just realized there's a picture I don't want you to see.
Okay, Janey.
The year is 2014.
No, it's not. It's 2022. Don't lie to me.
Wow. Maybe your brain is bigger than mine. Oh, wait, it's not. We proved it. Okay.
I think your skull is just denser.
12 American girls are flown to England. They are there to film a reality TV show.
No. Is it? Oh, what's it called? Jack Sparrow House?
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's not. Okay.
God, I wish it was Jack Sparrow House.
Okay, so when they arrive to where they will be living and filming this show, they find that they are living in a castle in, like, the English countryside, which is spectacular to a bunch of American girls.
Must be fucking nice.
Must be fucking nice. And they are told then that they are all there to compete for the love of one man. Classic reality dating show.
Sure.
They didn't know.
Is it The Bachelor?
Yeah, kind of. So that was something that they didn't know beforehand, what the show was going to be. If it was going to be, like, them competing or men competing for them, they were like, I don't know. So this was all a surprise. They are in a castle and there's a bunch of other beautiful girls around them. That day, they are drinking tea and they are chatting. There's little biscuits and stuff around the table. They're all really charmed by this, like, English countryside, like, fairy tale little luncheon they're having randomly. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of Secret Service agents start to arrive, like, kind of surreptitiously, and surround them.
Oh, God.
And they're looking around like, oh, something's happening. What is this? Maybe we're gonna meet the man? Why is there secret... They look like Secret Service, don't they? So they're all, like, wildly speculating, like, what's happening here? The man they're competing for arrives via helicopter. He is wearing khaki pants and a white shirt. He's charming, he's tall, he has red hair and a sweet smile. There's a butler named Kingsley. Max is staring at me with eyes narrowed. There's a butler named Kingsley who basically hosts the show, right? He's the one that comes in and out. He tells the contestants about their expectations and how they will get to know the person he calls Sir. Each episode...
Ooh, red flag.
Well, he's a butler and he works for this man. Yeah, and he's English. Anyway.
But ew.
It sounds really normal when Kingsley says it. I don't know what to tell you. Kingsley should be protected at all.
I don't want to marry someone who has a butler. I'll be honest.
Oh, well, you definitely don't want to marry this man then. So the man arrives in a helicopter, right? He walks out. And this is how the show goes, okay? Each episode, he reveals little details about himself because they're asking him tons of questions, right? They're like, who are you? And he doesn't really at first release even his name, nothing. And the first opening greeting thing, like they don't meet him when he comes out of the helicopter. They basically see him get out the helicopter, he gets in a car, and then they drive him back to the castle and they don't meet him until that night. They have a masquerade ball where he greets all of them, he gets to chat with them, but they're all wearing masks, and then he unmasks himself. Throughout that night, they're, like, asking him all these questions. And throughout the rest of the show, they're, like, kind of grilling him, like, hello, we have some questions. And he's pretty cagey about his answers, but he does reveal certain things. Like, his family is pretty powerful. He has a brother. His brother just had a baby, and he's really happy for him. He gets along really well with his grandmother. He has all of these little details, and the girls are like, okay, I get that I'm American, but even I am pretty sure what's happening here. What the hell? What is this? Multiple times throughout the show, he arrives in via helicopter to greet them and start their dates, right? When they go out in public, sometimes they spot paparazzi randomly photographing them, and then they'll immediately be like, okay, we're going to move to a new location, or Secret Service will go and get rid of the paparazzi and stuff like that. And she's like, they're like, okay. Nobody else think that's weird? Fans sometimes will interrupt shooting in order to get pictures with him, or just be like, I just really quick need to get through here. After lots and lots of speculation and debates among the girls, it's revealed in episode 5 that what? What do you think?
It's Prince Harry.
That yes, they have been dating the actual Prince Harry in 2014, who is looking for love and has decided to do so on reality television show exclusively with American women. Which sounds crazy in 2014, but now he's married to Meghan Markle, an American actress. Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound so crazy now. So all the girls are like, what the fuck?
I watched that show that she was in. Suits.
Yeah.
I watched that with my mom, which is...
I heard she's one of the best parts of that show.
She's incredible. Yeah, she's an incredible actress.
Yeah, and an even better lover, I'm guessing.
Also, she's really great at being a public figure. I think that she's handled everything that's happened with her and Harry with utmost grace, and also an establishment of boundaries that the British monarchy has never been able to be respectful of.
Also, Prince Harry isn't a hot man. Just
He's pretty
physically
hot.
speaking,
He's
I
hotter
did not.
than William.
Okay, William was super hot when he was younger, but yeah, William is looking more and more like his dad. But Harry is not physically super hot. If you saw him just as a regular dude on the street, you would be like, eh. But what makes him hot is how he's handling all the situation as well. Mm-hmm. It's hot. Anyway, now that he's married, I'm like, yeah, I guess you are attractive. Oh, no. I have to go to therapy now. Anyway, let's get back to this. The show that they are on is called I Want to Marry Harry.
Creative.
They didn't know that was the name, to be fair, beforehand. That's why they weren't like 100% sure what the fuck was happening or what his name was. They were like highly speculative, but they were really playing it close to the vest up until like episode 5.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If someone came up to you and was like, hey, I want to put you on reality television. Mm-hmm. It's a dating show, and that's all you get to know. We're going to fly you to another country. How does that sound?
No.
Thank you.
I can't wait to tell
Thank you.
But they audition. They don't walk up to these girls and scout them. These girls at this point, think about like it was mostly around like 2004 and stuff like that. Lots of people were applying and I've seen the casting calls for reality shows, and I've also been reached out like, hey, do you want to audition for this reality show? It's a very highly curated process. This one is also produced by Ryan Seacrest. And he was, yeah, so like, just so you know.
Oh my God, I am going to laugh my ass off if at the end they're like, hey, what's up? Prince Harry's decided he doesn't want to marry any of you, but you do get to marry Ryan Seacrest.
And the whole time,
everyone's like, oh,
Prince Harry takes off his mask and it's Ryan Seacrest, and they're like, wait, are you suddenly 4 inches shorter? How do you do that?
4-inch tall mask.
It's the head. It's Prince Harry, but his head is so tall.
He looks like a fucking cartoon. He looks like a Funko Pop of himself.
Yeah. And they didn't question it. Okay, anyway. So,
you know what they say, the camera adds 10 pounds of head.
10 pounds of height to your head. The mouth never matched up to how he was talking, but we didn't care.
Also, as we found it today, heads weigh around 10 pounds.
11 pounds if you're very smart.
So that's 2 heads.
So yes, they have been dating the actual Prince Harry.
I wouldn't call this dating.
He's looking for love. He's decided to do so with an American woman. In every episode, Harry, the premise, he chooses 2 women. One, he kicks out of the country. They have to leave you. They have to leave
get
England.
out.
Get the fuck out of my country. And he says that with the utmost authority because he's right. It's his country. The other, he puts in the crown suite. The other ones are sharing a room in this beautiful castle. This one, he will choose, they get to go to the crown suite, which is gorgeous, it's private, and it's closer to Harry's own bedroom.
So is he in the crown suite also?
No, he's in his master suite. But the crown suite is, like, next door.
Okay, so?
It means that they're not under, like, they don't have to be around the other girls, and also he's spending extra time with them. So he takes that woman on a very special date. Or sometimes he'll take 2 women for like a double date or whatever, but it's not a double date. Anyway, he'll take 2 women sometimes, but mostly like that woman gets very special attention. She gets one-on-one time with him. Sometimes he invites her back to his room where they'll have like breakfast and stuff like that, and she can kind of see more about him. In fact, before they were confirmed that this was actually Prince Harry, where a lot of the girls were like, that is just Prince Harry. And the other girls were like, it can't be Prince Harry. We're on a reality show. Why wouldn't they tell us that? Like, it's not Prince Harry. But, like, the first girl who got to go to his master suite for breakfast was sitting in there and happened to look on the wall, and there was just a picture of the 2 of them, like him and Prince William.
Okay. I was like, yeah, that painted quick.
No, it was a picture of them, like, playing sports or something like that, and she was like, oh my god, I have to tell the other girls this. This is for sure fucking Prince Harry. Like, I'm looking at the photographs. Like, what the fuck? So it's, like, shrouded in mystery, right? He takes that woman on a very...
Doesn't sound very shrouded in mystery. I'll be honest. It sounds at best like partially concealed by mystery.
He's refusing to say I am Harry for like a couple episodes. So
it's like the paintings of Adam and Eve where they have a leaf over their chest. That's how obscure this is.
So he takes that woman on a very special date. All the other women are left behind, and they're forced to do menial tasks.
Oh my god, they reinvented Cinderella!
For example, one time he took 2 girls out to ride horses, and the rest of the house had to muck out the stables, and they were all pissed about it, right? They're like, what the fuck? We're just dealing with horse shit?
And pooped about it.
And they shit about it a lot. They added to the shit and then had to clean up their own shit.
How embarrassing.
This one made me laugh really hard. He took one girl to play tennis, which would be my nightmare, but the rest of them
had to go play oneness.
No. The rest of the girls had to go to boot camp.
What? I thought it was going to be that they had to go get the balls that bounced out of...
No, they sent him to a fucking military training.
Oh my god.
This repeated every week until he chose a winner. And then, at the very end, he had his lovely lady who he had chosen. He loves her better than the rest. She is holding hands with him. They're staring lovingly in each other's eyes. And he tells her the truth. He is not Prince Harry.
Yeah, I kind of saw that.
Prince Harry was actually a 23-year-old actor and Prince Harry lookalike named Matthew Hicks. And the audience knows this from moment one because we open on who our Prince Harry lookalike is. Matthew Hicks is a fairly average man. He works for like an environmental organization. It's pretty unglamorous and kind of low-paying job where he cleans up after oil spills. Nice. It's nice, yeah, but like he dresses like a construction worker. They kept showing him in his vest as if to say, like, isn't this shitty? Don't you hate this poor?
But also...
He can't afford a car and he rides a bicycle. He wears cargo pants.
I came up in the 90s and that sounds like a dream.
It does. That sounds like a romance character.
I wrote a note in my journal in 4th grade. And it was like, I will never marry a man unless he is in Greenpeace. Which doesn't mean... Like, I didn't know what that meant, but I was like, one thing I know is...
One thing about me is that I care about the environment. Yeah, well, so you would love him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's also...
I also grew up on Meg Cabot, and they make a big deal about how hot guys who do Greenpeace are.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Matthew Hicks, right? They pull him because he's like constantly, people are always like, you look just like Prince Harry. He says straight up, like, people say that all the time, but it's kind of disappointing because girls will come up to me and be really interested and then be like, oh, you're not Prince Harry, and then just like leave. And that's kind of a bummer. And I'm like, okay, but please look at this. I have the picture here.
Okay, yeah.
He vaguely looks like Prince Harry, but like...
He kind of looks like if you mixed Prince Harry and Prince William.
He does. Yeah, a little bit.
He's also their long-lost brother.
He's a natural blonde. Anyway. Okay, so they take him in. They train him extensively on every aspect of Harry's life. Kingsley the butler is shown, like, grilling him. It's like a movie montage for somebody pretending to be a princess. You know, like the princess...
Like the Prince and the Pauper, yeah.
And the princess switch is like that.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like, he has to know Harry's birthday, his star sign, his title, his full name.
Is he an Aquarius?
He's a Virgo.
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed.
I know. Makes him hotter, weirdly.
Yeah.
He's also given etiquette prep, fencing lessons, horseback riding lessons, how to shoot plates that servants throw.
Like skeet shooting.
That's the one. Yeah. I tried to type out skeet, and I was like, that can't be the word. And I went do, like backspace, and then said, servants throw plates. You go bang. And everything else, Harry would know that. Matthew definitely does not. It made me laugh because they cut to him, like, in each one just complaining about them, because he's like, what the fuck am I doing? And in fencing, he, like, grabbed his crotch, and he's like, how does anybody fucking move in these? Like, come, like, I have, like, a front wedgie that I've never had before. And, like, when he was riding a horse, he ran into a tree, like, the horse went under a low branch, and he just, like, fucking smacked the shit out of his face, and he just screamed, my butt hurts! I love him. And he kept missing with skeet shooting, and Kingsley the butler was, like, so shady about it. He's like, missed again, sir. Wow. He was like, Kingsley, be nice to me.
Frankly disappointing.
You must be nice. At one point, the guy teaching him etiquette, they're also all British, so they're like exactly who you think would be the people. They're all just like in penguin suits and stuff.
This is also the plot of The Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement.
100%. They just copied this. So then he's sitting in front of like his little plate. Sorry, I watched the first episode and the last episode today in preparation. He's sitting in front of his plate with, like, all of, like, the forks and spoons and the various cutlery and the cups. And they're like, okay, sir, so go ahead and tell us exactly what you're looking at. And he's like, what? They're like, which one is which? Tell us what they're for. And he's like, okay, well... And he picks up a tiny cup and goes, well, this is a shot glass. And the guy goes, what? He's like, this is a shot glass. But he looks, like, a lot less confident in his answer. And then it just ends.
Also... really easy, Paul. I got really into like dining etiquette when I was a kid. I had a lot of weird
Sure, yeah.
stuff.
This matches well with your adult life.
And just as general policy, if you have a fuck ton of silverware laid out in front of you, it is almost always correct to work from the outside in. So you work from the forks farthest on the outside and the knives and spoons farthest on the outside in towards the center over the course of the various courses of the meal.
Oh, that is such good news for when I marry Harry after he and Meghan Markle split. Anyway, I'm not going to be interested in him when he's not married anymore, so I don't know what I'm complaining about. Anyway.
Do you think that... I don't think this. I think that this may have happened. I don't believe this sentiment. But do you think any British newspapers were like, more like unremarkable?
You should work for British tabloids.
Meghan Markle, more like Meghan Unremarkable.
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 Unremarkable should be... Oh my god, Unremarkable should be her autobiography.
I feel like it would be remarkable.
I know. No, I think she should quote that tabloid writer who
That we
called her
invented?
unremarkable. And it should be unremarkable in quotations. And it should be her with her hands on her hip, like, shaking her head. Okay. Matt is a natural blonde. They give him a makeover, and it's just red hair dye. That's the only thing they do to him.
Wow.
Yeah. So Matt is under the impression that he is also looking for true love. He's like, oh, I'm also part of this... this reality show, which is about me finding love. But he somehow thinks he's going to do that by lying to them about every aspect of his life and personality.
Oh.
Matt is so dumb. Just so you know, there's nobody that's ever been stupider than Matthew Hicks. He's so stupid. I bet his brain only weighs 8 pounds.
I was just about to fucking
I know.
say too.
I saw it pop in your head. Okay.
But you are quicker than me because your brain is bigger.
So that's the prep for Matthew, right? And he also says straight up, I don't want to outright lie to them, the girls. So we've come up with a bunch of strategies for how I'm not going to be answering their questions so that I'm not just saying, hello, it's me, I'm Prince Harry. But they can make inferences, and that's the reality show. So he's under the impression they're not going to tell them that he's Harry for 2 months.
Oh my god, that's so long.
He thinks that he's going to, again, he's so stupid. Okay.
That's so long.
Yes, 2 months of filming. So here's the prep for the girls, okay? The 12 American girls are chosen. They're told, we're taking you to England, all expenses paid, you're going to find love, and that's the whole thing. The show that you're on is called Dream Date. That's what they know about it. So they say, yeah, Ryan Seacrest, I'll go ahead and go to your weird other country.
Live action Dream Daddy.
Yeah. And so
Dream Daddy is a mobile romance video game.
Yeah.
Just so that you guys know, I'm not calling Ryan Seacrest Dream Daddy because that could not be further from the truth.
The girl who invented that or created that went to SCAD, and she dropped out of school because she made so much money she didn't need to do
Hell
anything
yeah.
anymore. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Amazing. So they had no idea if they were going to be competing for one person, like The Bachelor, or if they would be competed for, like The Bachelorette, or if it's going to be like a Love Island sort of thing. Like, they had no information about this show.
Or even like a Too Hot to Handle kind of thing?
Yeah, they had no idea, because Too Hot to Handle
like a
didn't
Love is
exist.
Blind
Maybe
kind
a
of
Love is
thing?
Blind, maybe a 90 Day Fiancé type of thing. They had no idea. So when they
Maybe like
landed,
a sex house kind of?
I bet it was like Sex House or Jack Sparrow House.
You should watch, The Onion did a miniseries called Sex House, and it's...
Don't expect much. Just go watch it.
Just go watch it.
So when they landed, they were isolated completely in a hotel room
Terrifying.
between 3 and 7 days.
This could have... I'm really sorry. I know
Yeah,
I say
no,
this
no, no,
every time,
no.
but this could have ended in them being murdered at so many points
This
in
is...
time.
Oh, listen to this. Some were there only for 3 days, some were there for a full week. They were not allowed to watch TV, have a phone, have a computer, have books or magazines. They had no form of entertainment for the entire time, and they weren't allowed to talk to anyone. They had one person bring them meals 3 times a day. The show hadn't even started yet. They had one person bring them meals 3 times a day, and they were not allowed to talk to the girls at all. So they had no communication with the outside world. That solitary confinement, that actually does shit to your brains. They didn't have radios. They had nothing. So, of course, this made them go a little insane. And then the show started.
Oh my god.
So, according to Jordan Teresa, she's a YouTuber who I watched her whole video. She did a 40-minute video on this, and she was so entertaining. And I'm linking it in the show notes. It's so cute. On the show itself, right? So that's how they went and they were prepped for the show. On the show itself, another way that they kind of prepped these girls is they had no limit to how much alcohol they can consume, which apparently most of reality shows now and around that time had alcohol limits. So like if you're on a show like Love Island or Too Hot to Handle, even though they're acting crazy.
We watched all of the first season of Too Hot to Handle.
And me, her, and Alex, and we were engrossed.
Yeah.
All the ends.
We were all yelling at the screen.
We loved, what was it? Was it Chloe? The one that kept saying she's looking for a geezer.
She's just looking for a good geezer.
Looking for a geezer. If you're, I don't know if we have any British listeners, but just so you know, geezers are old men in America, and we could not figure out what she was trying to say. Okay, so according to Jordan Teresa, there's no limit. Other shows have, like, Love is all of them. They have alcohol limits, so you can't have more than 1 glass of wine per night, or 2 glasses of champagne, or 2 beers. Like, that's the limit. And it's partly because, I didn't know this, Season 4 of Bachelor in Paradise, 2 contestants got super drunk, and they had to shut down production because one of them got raped.
Oh my god.
Well, and it was a thing where there was just so much alcohol involved that she woke up the next morning and was like, oh fuck, like what? And they couldn't go on with the production for a long time because it was like, oh, and they were like, yeah, we can't keep doing this. We need to have a limit on how much they can drink. Just on a fucking... Fuck. If you want to go the immoral route, just uncovering your own ass so you're not sued makes sense. But also protecting your contestants.
Yeah. So, for sure.
No alcohol cap means that every night they accidentally hired a contestant who only likes to drink. That's her only fucking hobby. And so she was plastered every episode until she was eliminated, which was hilarious to watch. But now knowing how they were treated on this show, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
And people were super, super critical of these girls. They were like, how the fuck did they fall for this? This man doesn't even really look like Harry, and he doesn't look like Harry. I know this picture looks a lot like Harry. He doesn't at all. Like, when he's walking around, everyone's like, what the fuck? And the British public watched the show in its entirety, and they were like, American girls are so stupid, and they're such gold diggers, and this is so fucking shitty. And the show really framed them to look like fucking airheads and party girls and classic loud Americans.
Listen, as a fellow airhead... Someone whose head weighs only slightly more than 10 pounds.
Embarrassing.
I'm with you, girls.
Yeah, she is. Okay, so...
We're all dumb, and that's okay.
All right, so how did they fall for this, though? Besides all the obvious setups, the extreme isolation, fake paparazzi and fans, fake butler, helicopter rides, all the money, every time a girl... Not all the girls fell for this. Some of them were like, oh my god, that's Prince Harry. Like, right away. They were like, red hair, comes out of a helicopter, wearing Prince Harry's...
In England?
We're in a castle, and we don't know anything about this reality show, and he's wearing Prince Harry's classic outfit of, like, khakis and a white shirt. Like, that's what he wears.
He looks like he's about to go golfing.
He does, all the time.
At all times.
And so they were like, that's Prince Harry. But the other ones were like, it's not Prince Harry. That's not him. And they were asking him all sorts of questions, and he was kind of answering them, but there was, like, several girls who were like, that's not Prince Harry. Guys, I know what you're saying, and it would be so fun. That's not Prince Harry. That's just, I know what he looks like. That's not Prince Harry. I'm sorry, that's not Prince Harry. Mm-hmm. And they even said that on the show. Like, you see clips of them being like, no. But every time they would express doubts, they were admonished by producers who told them that they were crazy and to stop being so cynical because it was ruining the show. And that they were, in fact, dating Prince Harry. Producers would also stand outside the girl's bedroom door sometimes and then make up conversations with, like, Prince Harry or with each other about how his family wasn't happy with him. They would be, like, whispering, like, hey, you have to go home. Like, your family, they want to shut down production and blah, blah, blah. And they would, like, as if they were conversations the girls weren't supposed to be like, to be hearing. Mm. And so the girls were like, oh, shit, like, this sounds really serious. Are they going to cancel production? And then they would, like, keep going and be like, don't worry about it. So, like... extreme gaslighting.
Yeah.
They had,
This is, like, full, almost like Truman Show levels of, like...
Yes.
No, you're wrong about reality. Here's what reality is.
Get this, too. The girls weren't allowed to talk to each other at all unless a producer was present.
That's disgusting. That's immediate, hard line. I walk away.
They called it...
I burn the castle down.
They called it being on ice. And even if they were just mumbling, like, pleasantries to each other while the cameras were being set up, the producers would be like, hey, girls, you're on ice, so can we please sip it? And then they would be forced to stop talking to each other. They couldn't have any, and so the cameras, when they were on them, they got them, like, fighting a lot and being super catty. They had some girls who were genuinely, like, super bitchy, but also it was like, they're not allowed to talk to each other at all. They're fueling this competition. Now they're like straight up gaslighting them constantly about how they're dating Prince Harry. It's terrifying. Even with this, some girls still are like, I know what he looks like. I'm not crazy. You're not going to convince me I'm crazy. That's not Prince Harry. And so they brought in a therapist.
Oh my God.
Who talked to the girls in, like, closed sessions. But this was actually a producer pretending to be a therapist. Pretending to be a licensed therapist.
Oh my God.
And this was what the therapist told them. Are you ready for the quote? You have to learn how to trust your mind. I understand that you're in a different country and you don't know what's going on, but you just have to trust the people here. It's not good for you to keep questioning.
Oh my God. They're not infants. They're grown adult women who are making a serious choice in their lives.
And they also told them that they have trust issues and would be like, this is probably because of things that happened in your past, but you need to learn how to love. So, and again, these girls got fucking raked over the coals after this show aired.
God.
Max is literally in tears.
I'm so stressed out.
Okay.
I don't want to advocate. I never want to advocate for like law that is carceral and penal. I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. But I do think that under the time and in the rule in which the Code of Hammurabi would be in effect, whoever the fuck pretended to be a therapist should have their tongue cut out.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, like, they shouldn't be able to say shit to anyone for the rest of their life.
Not at all. They shouldn't. They should. I agree. So
that's
meanwhile,
you lose your rights to speaking.
So meanwhile,
you can write on a little whiteboard, you've committed crimes against humanity. You're a bad person.
Yes. So the girls are being gaslit to shit, right? They are really going hard to try to convince them that they're insane. And they're isolating them. It's all the abusive tactics and cult mentality. They are literally trying to indoctrinate them into the cult of Prince Harry. Meanwhile, Matthew. Again, Matthew's also part of a reality TV show in which he's pretending to be Prince Harry. And as the show continues and he learns more and more personal things about these girls, you can tell he starts to feel extremely guilty. Like, he starts, like, looking at the camera like, are we fucking still doing this? One of the girls, he's like, you have such a great personality. You're so fun. And one of the girls is the funniest girl I've ever seen because she's so fucking competitive and so, like, psycho about the royal family. And she's, like, a 21-year-old, like, 24-year-old Southern girl. And she's like, hi. I'm here to fucking win. And she'll like...
I'm not here to make friends.
She paddles on the other girls in a way that just made me laugh really hard. Like, I love her. At one point, her name is... Oh God, I'm not going to remember her name. Carrie, maybe? But she... Kelly. She is like... They're on like a rowboat in the middle of the lake. And she's like in a bikini. And she's asking questions about the royal family and Buckingham Palace. And she's like so fucking like... Prince Harry obsessed. And she's like, oh my God, like, I just want to be a princess. Like, you could tell. And then she goes, you want to see me do a backflip off this boat? And he's like, no. And she's like, I can. And he's like, I don't know. That's okay. And she's like, okay, I'm going to do a backflip off this boat. And she stands up and he's like, please don't do that though. Please sit down. And she's like, okay, here I go. And he's like, but don't do that. And then she backflips off the boat and smacks the shit out of her face on the boat. And then she's just under the water. And he's like, ah. So now he's like in this rowboat and he jumps in the water and the show plays up like she's fucking dead in the water. The show plays up like she has drowned to death. And then she pops up and she's like, I'm okay. And then goes on with her like, anyway, Prince Harry. And he's like, that was horrifying. But may I also say, this is the funniest way this could end. Oh my God, let's go get ice cream. She's like, okay. Oh
my God. Do you remember in the Boston Molasses Flood episode, which I just re-listened to, where you were like, oh, I have a huge phobia of, like, being swept away by a giant wave, and so this is really bad for me, and I was describing, like, a 15-foot tall wave of black molasses.
No, that was horrifying.
No, exactly. That's how this feels for me. I just want to, my heart rate is going
that she
crazy.
Would have just fucking died in the water on a fake reality show.
Every part of this is so stressful.
Yes. Okay.
Oh my God, reality TV stresses me out so much.
Especially when it's done so unethically.
Oh my God.
So he says, like, So she later at the ice cream shop, he's like, you're very fun. You are so wild. Like, you just do things. Like, what is up?
Like a backflip out of a boat, for
You
example.
almost kill yourself on a boat with me, Prince Harry. Like, what are you doing?
How do you think that would look?
And so she tells him, she's like, I do everything I want now. She's like, I don't hold back. I had cancer when I was little. She's like, I went through leukemia. I've been cancer-free for 16 years. Like, that's amazing. But she, like, really opens up to him. And he looks like he's about to burst into tears. He's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then he does his confessional, and he's like, she really wants to marry Prince Harry. I'm not Prince Harry. Like, she fully believes it. This feels really bad. And then he keeps her around for a couple more episodes, and I'm like, eliminate her! What?
Oh my god.
Anyway. So just so you know, I don't feel sorry for Matthew that much, but I do kind of feel sorry for him because he's also on a reality show. And he said from the beginning, like, I don't want to outright lie to them. So when he asked when they were like, what's your name? Like, tell us what to call you. And he says, oh, that's for me to know and you to find out. Like, he's like, I'm just going to play this really cagey. I'm not going to give him anything. And they're like, well, what should we call you? And he's like, you can call me whatever you like. So, like, that's it. And then on episode 5, Kingsley's like, he's Prince Harry. And Matthew's like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's it. Also, why you shouldn't feel sorry for Matthew? Because he still goes through this, right?
Mm-hmm.
On episode 1, he pulls aside a preschool teacher. She's so weird. Her name is Rose.
Ow.
Sorry. He pulls aside this preschool teacher. And the preschool teacher I hit my elbow and Max said, ow. One time, guys.
It hurt me.
One time, Max was in the kitchen and said, Max, as if she's asking her. She looked at me and said, Max, and without a beat, I said, yes. And our friend was over and he's like, oh no. It was the weird, she called me Max and I answered and there was no hesitation in either of our voices. It was very suspicious.
I was about to start a sentence that began with my own name, but
she said it as a question. Anyway. Also, what?
Should we hang out less?
Yes. What possible sentence could... I don't need to know. So, I need to tell you this, because I was on his side. Because I read about this first, and then I watched it, right? And I was like, oh my god, I read about all this stuff. I felt really bad for him, because there are episodes where he's fully crying. He's like, this feels really bad. Like, what the fuck? I hope that we're not doing irreparable damage here. Like, this feels... I was just kind of here for a fun reality show, hoping I'd find love, but now they don't know anything about me, and I'm stuck in this horrible hellscape of a lie. God. And they're all, like, fighting over me and, like, telling me their deepest, darkest secrets. This feels horrible. And so I felt bad for him until I watched episode 1. He's in this masquerade ball, and he's like, oh, this person caught my eye, so he takes her aside. Her name is Rose, preschool teacher. He takes her aside for a one-on-one. Rose has already kind of sexualized her own preschool profession. She's been like, I'm a preschool teacher, but, like, I'm a naughty one. You know, like, I'm like, she's like, I dress all cute at work, but then it's like, oh, what she got on underneath it, and I'm gonna, like, pound you, I'm gonna shell him. And so, like, that's her persona she decided to go with, and it's bad. But he takes her aside, and he talks to her. And she's, like, goofy, and she's funny, and she talks like a preschool teacher, and she talks kind of loud, and she has this loud laugh. Like, she's just full of energy, like, very specific preschool teacher energy. And again, I'm an elementary school teacher. I know that energy. You talk loud and expressive. You're dealing with babies. Mm-hmm. And she also reveals something in this talk. So he's like, asks her a question, and she starts kind of laughing and, like, telling him this story, and she's really animated, and you don't think anything of it. And then he interrupts her mid-sentence and goes, that's the thing about American women's, I guess. And she's like, what? And she, like, smiles, and he's like, you have no volume control. In the middle of her telling a fucking story, he tells her that she's too loud. And she's like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, it's just so funny. You're so loud. British girls aren't like this. They're, like, much more reserved and quiet.
That's not true.
That's what Alex said. He's like, you're a fucking liar. But he was like...
It actually explains a lot that Matt hasn't met any other British women. He has an idea of what British women are like because he hasn't met them, which is why he's alone.
Won't get past him not being Prince Harry. Yeah, so, like, he's not a good... I don't feel bad. After he did that, I don't feel any which way about Matt. Also, that night, he has to kick one lady out of the country and put one in the Crown Suite, and he chooses Rose to be in the Crown Suite, right? Which I'm like, oh, you, like, severely insulted her, but then you chose her to be, like, your number one, which was, like, surprising. But then he was like, but he said, like, in his whole speech of, like, you know, I like you so much, I really want to get to know you, you made a huge impression on me. He said, even though you're kind of loud and you're pretty brazen, And I still would like you to go to the Crown Suite. Yeah. And he continually says that about American women, where he's like, oh, they're just really loud. And they are literally they're just like expressive. Like, it's not even. They're
not allowed to talk to other people.
Never. They're not. That's what I was thinking. She was so excited to talk to anyone.
Any human person.
And it's Prince Harry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, anyway. And you see her,
this feels like...
And you see her quiet down throughout the rest of the show, and I'm like, oh, this is a full personality change that's going to happen. This is going to be irreparable damage to her personality.
I know that the Stanford Prison experiment has been debunked.
Yeah.
But this feels like ethical misconduct.
It is.
And permanent damage to its participants on the same scale.
Well, and also, just me as a 31-year-old woman now watching this in 2022, knowing all this and watching it as research for this podcast, which was very fun for me, I felt myself revert back to me in 2014. Like, he was like, oh, American women are allowed, and I literally felt myself shrink back a little, like, oh, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? No. Like, I felt myself take that note in. And I'm 31 and I know what this show is. Also, people watching it in 2014, like, it can do irreparable damage. Absolutely. Also, was it his idea or the producer's idea that it would be American women? Producers. Ryan Seacrest wanted it done.
Okay.
They wouldn't have worked with British women because they know what Prince Harry looks like.
Well, I mean, because I would argue, like, I think that they should have done it the other way. Mm-hmm. I think that they should have done it in the US so that he could meet any other women. Yeah. You know? Like, yeah. Because the idea of, like, bringing someone to you and then being like, oh, I don't like that, actually, is
And she bad. Changed. She talked quieter around him every time. And I'm that's like, awful. Well, that's yeah. Anyway, so don't feel sorry for Matt.
Just, if you're listening to this, you're not loud.
No. You fucking be yourself, okay? And if people don't like it, then they're not fucking for you, and you're allowed to legally punch them in the throat.
That's not true.
So, yeah, you are, and the law can't do shit, because you can punch the law in the throat, legally. Okay, so here's, also, they never have sex, right? There's no sex on the show. He makes out with these girls constantly. They're constantly just making out. So don't feel bad for him.
Especially in a post-COVID world, that is...
Yeah, this is 2014,
I mean, not post-COVID, but, like, post the beginning of COVID.
Yeah, now that we know... that, yeah.
Now that there's more considerations
post in place knowing about
exactly. COVID. That is so bad.
So this is the finale, okay? They didn't tell the girls who were eliminated that Harry was actually Matthew, and Jordan Teresa actually says, like, that was a huge miss. After they were, like, kicked out, we wanted them to be told so we could see their reaction, but they didn't, because they were like, I bet that they were trying hard not to get the girls to run back in and tell the other girls or start screaming, that's not Prince Harry! Like, so they just let them go and didn't ever tell them that wasn't Harry.
Okay, let them go? I really want to be clear on this.
They kicked him out of the country. So when they were let go by him, when he was like, you're the one that get the fuck out of me.
But they, like, bought them flights, right?
Oh, yeah. Of course. They were compensated for this. So this is part of the reality show process.
Okay, there were so many oversights in the production of this. I was like, did they just open the door, push them through, and say, good luck
They had to do a tuck and roll out of a moving car. I guess I didn't actually see them get on a plane. You're right.
Oh, God.
They also took their passports. I'm kidding. No, they didn't. Okay. They did tell the final girl, Kimberly. He goes... I have to tell you the truth, because I picked you. There's this swelling music, you know, they're holding hands, she's so happy. And he's like, I'm not really Prince Harry. I lied to you. And without missing a beat, Kimberly goes, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's cool. I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. I don't care. Like, there's no reaction time. There's nothing. She's like, sure. Anyway, kiss, kiss. And he's like, okay. And then as soon as, like, she accepts it, no reaction. Watching it now, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Kingsley comes out and goes, since you actually have true love, we're gonna reward you. You guys get to split 300,000 pounds. So they each walk away with 125,000 pounds.
150?
Why did I say 100? Oh, sorry, because it was 250,000 pounds.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. There's two different maths that were said, and I picked one and then the other. Okay, so 250,000 pounds. Kimberly...
That's much heavier than a head.
It's not much heavier than my head, but it's very heavy, according to your head. A little small head. So Kimberly revealed that she knew Matthew later on. Okay, so in a Refinery 29 article, Kimberly is like, yeah, I knew that Matthew wasn't Prince Harry for a while. She was one of the people that doubted it, but she was like, but I knew for sure, even though they were gaslighting me, I still hold on to it. I was like, that's not Prince Harry, but I'm on a reality show. Let's have fun with it. But she said they did this last group excursion where they had the girls with him and they went around. They each had an individual day around classic like sites in London. So they got to see a bit of London with him, right? Mm-hmm. And they had this last date, which was for one of them was goodbye. For two of them, it meant they went on to the finale. So she said that they weren't allowed, obviously, to ride in the car away together. Like, so they were separated in different cars, so they weren't talking to each other. And she passed a little tourist shop, and she looked in the window, and there was a mask of Prince Harry in the window, and she's like, yeah, that looks nothing like that guy.
Oh.
That's just not him. But they had been completely isolated from all sorts of internet and social media, so, like, they hadn't been able to double check after Prince Harry got there. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, yeah, that's not him. And so they took her straight from there, they got her ready, and then they took her to the finale. And she tried to pull the other girl aside to be like, just as a heads up, this isn't the real Prince Harry, okay? So just get through this taping, but just know. Because she was like, I wanted to prepare her. She was my friend. And also, like, this was weird. And so she went to go do it, but the producers wouldn't let her get anywhere near that girl and, like, specifically blocked them from having any conversations.
Jesus.
Yeah, okay. So, but she was like, so I knew what it was. So when he picked her, she was like, sure. I'm already on this show, so let's fucking do it. And then they each got $150,000.
Nice.
Or $125,000. Who fucking cares? I don't know. So it kind of just made me laugh. Mm-hmm. This show, that's the end of the show.
Thank God.
Okay, but here's other questionable reality shows. This show was inspired by the show Joe Millionaire. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Mm-mm.
Okay. A millionaire courted a bunch of women, just like this one, right? He showered them with gifts and he took them on amazing excursions. And then at the end, they found out that he was a construction worker who was, I guess, an average guy who was pretending to be a millionaire. And that was that show. And it got huge ratings. So Ryan Seacrest is like, let's pretend, let's laugh at these girls and make them believe they're dating a prince, which is a fairy tale. Anyway, so in 2004, this was the show, I called my mom about this today because we watched this show religiously in 2004. I don't know if you've ever seen this one. There was a show called My Big Fat Obnoxious Fiancé.
What the fuck?
It was a play on My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah, but
I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. In that show, a woman's name was Randy. She was told that she would have to pretend to get married to a man that she didn't know, who was a fellow reality actor, right? Mm-hmm. Like, she was a reality star, like, contestant, I guess, and so was he. Reality show contestant. Actor? I don't know. And that they would each have to fake a wedding to fool her entire family. And that if she could properly fool her family and his family, and they can go through this wedding, whatever, at the end of it, they would get paid $250,000. And so she's like, that's a lot of money. And so she's like, yeah, let's do it. I can fool my family and friends into thinking I'm marrying this random guy. And it would be the equivalent of me randomly calling my parents and being like, hi, I met someone and we're getting married in 3 days. So, like, that's the equivalent, right? They're like, what? Who is it? What? Married? And she's like, come to the wedding. He's very wealthy. So the show has them, okay, the fiancé, his name is Steve, is not a reality show contestant. He's actually an actor who was paid to act as obnoxious as possible and ruin her life. That was his whole role. So he was unattractive, quote unquote. He was fine. But of course, they really played up the fact that he wasn't like a model, but he was fine. There was nothing wrong with him. Except that he was horrible in the personality department. He was really rude, really inappropriate all the time, just a huge piece of shit. And so the show has them send out fake wedding invitations, and her family receives these out of the blue. And then they make her and Steve go to dance lessons and wedding planners and all the steps. They have to actually go through the steps together as if they're actually going to get married. So it starts to feel more and more real to her, where she's like, And then they bring out a sex therapist, and they have to go to a sex therapist, which makes no sense. And then they fly out Randy's best friend so she can lie to her in person. So that would be like, I'm getting married on this reality show. I'm just going to go for it. And then they fly you out and I have to lie to you. You wouldn't believe it, except that she had to convince her that was part of her winning the money.
I would not believe you, but I would pretend I did.
I think so. That's think you would. Yeah. Good friends.
Yeah. A friend helps a friend get that back.
I think we can have a secret signal, like, I'm doing this for money. Play along. Like a little wink for us. Like maybe we weigh our heads. I'm doing this for money.
Hey girl, how's your head doing? Feeling a little heavy? Let me get it for you.
Put your head on the scale real quick. LOL, just girly things.
Just girly things.
And the producers are all men, and they're like, we don't know what girls do. This is probably just girly things.
Is this a period thing? Or
yeah, we're both on our periods. Gotta weigh our heads.
That's where the blood comes from.
Our heads. So her family, of course, hates him because he's making terrible impressions and making her look really bad in front of her family. And they aren't in on this. So they're like, what the fuck? They pull her aside and they're like, this is unacceptable. This is obviously unacceptable. You know this is unacceptable. You're not marrying him. Like, what's up? And she's like, I love him and I want to marry him. And they're like, no, though. Just no. He's gonna be terrible to you. This is just no. I don't care how wealthy he is. We didn't think you were like that. So, like, they are devastated, and she's having to have these conversations and look them in the face and continue to lie to them. And it's getting closer and closer to the wedding. And she's like, cool, I guess I just got to do this. My family thinks I'm a piece of shit. And they get to the altar, and he reveals during his vows, which don't the guys go last in vows?
Mm-hmm.
So she does her vows. He goes to his vows and goes, I have to confess something. And she's like, are you about to fucking ruin this for me after everything I just did? Like,
oh my God.
And he goes, you're on a reality show, obviously, but like, this isn't a thing. Like, we're not real. This isn't a real relationship. And she's like, oh my God. And then he goes like, also for you, I'm a paid actor. I've been making your life miserable. This is all fake. Haha. And she's like, what? And her family just looks devastated, and she looks devastated, and he goes, and as consolation, guess what? You get my $250,000. So she leaves with $500,000 and having to explain to her family for the rest of her life that she lied to them.
I mean, I don't think that
worth it.
Yeah, that would yes, I would think that my family would hopefully,
understand that.
Yeah, they would be like, what? Why would you do that? And then I would show them my $500,000 and they would be like, heard, understood.
My family would honestly not be surprised. I think my family would also be like, Janey's doing a weird stunt. Just go along with it. It's probably for money.
If there's one thing about Janey, it's that she will always commit to the bit.
My dad would be like, oh, hey, do you want to go weigh our heads real quick? As our signal that he knows I'm doing this for money. Oh, man. And anyway, so those are some ill-fated reality shows, particularly the show I Want to Marry Harry. By the way, the girls are all fine with it. None of them have any ill will. They all think it's kind of funny now. They all said like, yeah, we were kind of like raked over their coals, and it was like really surprising how it was filmed and shown. But like, I got like a shit ton of Instagram followers off of this. I made a lot of money off of this and doing appearances, and my life kind of got exponentially better after I did the show because all exposure is kind of good exposure. So no hard feelings, I guess.
But like.
And then one of the girls, Rose, when Rose, the preschool teacher, was eliminated, they did this whole thing where they showed her confronting him, and she's like, I know you're not Prince Harry. I never fell for it. This is a thing. And he was like, oh, okay. And so it's her confronting him. And she said in the article, she said, yeah, I never did that. That was from something else, and they cut it together to look like I confronted him, but they didn't let us see him after we were eliminated at all. They made up that scene, which means that a lot of the other ones were made up too. Also, Another side note, there was one black contestant, and she straight up was just like bored. She hated being there. She got there and was like, that's just not Prince Harry. God, these fucking idiots. That's not Prince Harry. And then all the girls were like, oh my God, fairy tale life. And she was like, and at a dinner, she just looks down and goes, I'm so fucking bored of you.
Oh my God.
And the girls, okay, so first of all, fair. But
I
also,
love it.
Yeah, she was great. Except that the girls, there's two of them that were huge fucking bullies, and they like teamed up together. They reminded me of the friend from The Good Place, the dress bitch from The Good Place, One of them talks exactly like her and looks just like her and acted just like her. Like, she was like a monster. She's like, it's not my fault that I'm so pretty. Like, I'm so pretty and I'm fit and I like to be taken care of. That's not my fault. And everybody follows me. And she was just like a huge bitch. Like, she went on to be a bitch. And as soon as this woman did this.
I love the idea. In 80s movies when they would be at the end like, and that's the end of the movie. This character went on to graduate from, this university and later become a math teacher. And it's like, this guy.
These two still
peaked
together.
in high school and hasn't been the same since. And like, these two are still, I love the idea of them being like, this is what all these girls are doing. And this one went on to be a huge bitch, continuing to be a huge bitch for the rest of her life.
Megan, still a bitch. So this girl, when the black girl was like, I'm just so bored of this. And also because she knew it wasn't Harry. And she was like really just unimpressed with the fact that they were trying to gaslight her. She was like, I'm not fucking doing this.
Good for her.
Yeah. Also, she's probably jet lagged. Anyway, so, and
she
probably didn't like being isolated. Like, she was picking up on all the red flags. And she didn't like these other girls because the other girls were kind of unlikable. And she wasn't able to actually talk to them. But two of the girls had Megan and this other girl narrowed their eyes at her. It was like laser vision. Like, they had been waiting for an opportunity, and they turned around and went, oh my God, like, you need to fucking take that back. And then they just started, like, they went so hard on her. They were trying to get all the other girls involved. By the end of it, the girl was like, I'm not fucking doing this. Ended up leaving the show because the other girls were so horrible to her. Like, nobody had her back. So the only black character was like bullied off the show. But also she was like, I just don't have to do this. And also, this is stupid. Also, these girls fucking suck.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. Good. Yes. And then also the alcohol.
I'm glad that she left.
Yes. But she was like the infamous one that everybody was like, oh my God. But also looking back on it, it's like, okay. Also,
but she was
Jordan
right.
Teresa made a really cool point where she was like, if you watch any of these reality shows, there's always one black character. There's always one black actor who's there. And then that person is usually the one that is hated immediately or made fun of. It's just obvious and not cool.
Yeah.
Also, I know I'm going so over this. Also, the not drinking thing reminded me. Did you ever watch America's Next Top Model?
No.
Ugh, you're missing out on a trashy, horrible TV. But America's Next Top Model had in like the second season, they had a model who was like, she worked at like a drugstore. She was really nerdy, very skinny and tall. Like, she was scouted in a mall because she was so skinny and so tall. And they gave her a makeover and she looked really cute. But she had this boyfriend at home who hated the fact that she was there. And he was a piece of shit anyway. But they always played up her relationship. She never stopped talking about her boyfriend. She missed him. She kind of wanted to go home. She didn't want to do this. It felt like, they were constantly having to convince her not to just stop doing something she likes to go back to her boyfriend. But that show didn't have any limits on how much alcohol they could drink either. And there was an episode, and this was like 2004, maybe earlier when I watched this. There was an episode where she got trashed. They all went out and started partying with random guys they don't know. She got blackout drunk, and the show continued to film the more drunk she got. Then it cut to her in a hot tub with these two guys aggressively making out with one of these guys. Blackout drunk, you could tell. And also she's super skinny and doesn't drink really, and she was just fully blackout, being like groped and fondled in this hot tub, like blackout. She has a relationship, everybody knows. The cameras kept filming. The next morning it cuts to her waking up, and it's just her in the bed with her head in her hands, openly sobbing and weeping. And then it cuts to her conversation with her boyfriend, and they have like a mic on the phone or something like that, and she's just like crying and telling him what happened, and he's going, you're such a bitch, I can't believe you did that to me. And so you get to hear all of this stuff, and it never comments. They never commented, and I didn't even think about it until I was researching this. I was like, oh my God, I never even thought to blame the show or anything like that, because they never were like, oh, she was taken advantage of when she was blackout drunk. Nobody was watching out for her. The show filmed this. I never framed it that way. I was like, oh God, she got drunk and then cheated on him. Ugh. And then eventually she did leave the show to be with her boyfriend.
Jesus.
And it cut, the last episode went back to where is she now? And she was just back in her little drugstore working. But, anyway, alcohol limits are a good fucking idea if you're gonna be in there. People shouldn't have their sexual assaults or sexual mishaps filmed by reality companies. Producers have a duty to protect their... Stop it. It's their job to protect their contestants. It's their job. It is. And America's Next Top Model consistently failed. And this show failed miserably. Good. It only aired 4 episodes in the US, and then they put it online. And I bought it for $5.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And it's very entertaining and really upsetting.
Do you mind, just because I've mentioned it now, do you mind if I read the opening to the Wikipedia article for Jack Sparrow House? Mm-hmm. Because I think that...
Do it.
I think that that's good for you. Oh, no, it's not real. Oh my God.
I feel like this happens a lot to you. People are constantly letting you down by making up amazing things.
It's not amazing.
Oh, no.
Jack Sparrow House,
Oh, I know this. Never mind, I do know this.
the claim is that Quibi, which is a free streaming platform, started a show called Jack Sparrow House.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly featured 14 impersonators of actor Johnny Depp's Pirates of the Caribbean character, Captain Jack Sparrow. The Wikipedia article that existed as recently as a couple of months ago, because I looked this up a little while ago. Jack Sparrow House was a reality television show that streamed on Quibi. The television show placed 14 Jack Sparrow impersonators in a single-family home who were eliminated if they broke character. Quibi head of content Colin Davis described the show as, quote, more of an endurance contest than a true talent competition. Quibi head of brand and marketing Megan Imbres described the show as the source of a significant amount of litigation. 3 contestants were kicked off the show after separate public defecation incidents, and 1 contestant was forced to withdraw upon discovering the house was within 500 feet of an elementary school.
Oh, I remember that part.
Yeah.
But it's not real.
Apparently it's not real.
It's very believable, though.
It really is. That sounds like the kind of misguided...
So, like, Jack Sparrow House and Sex House. 2 made up, but Sex House is hilarious.
God, Sex House is so funny.
Should we go watch that?
I think we should go watch Sex House.
Okay, let's finish our drinks. Guys, Thank you for joining us on this off-topic episode. That was extremely off-topic. I never also watched reality shows. I know I said that, but then listed 2 reality shows that I watched in its entirety, but still 3 if we count Too Hot to Handle.
I watched a little Fear Factor when I was a kid.
Now you have to watch it and know that Joe Rogan's a piece of shit. That's a bummer.
I hope he explodes.
Wouldn't it be nice if he explodes? Okay. Guys, we're gonna go watch Sex House. We'll put the link in the bio. Also, really quick, it's Veterans Day. If anybody served, thank you for your service. Which includes my entire family, and not me.
Yeah.
And that's it. You guys have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. Snart.
What's up? It's your boy Airhead. We're here drinking cocktails, and they're called Snart. And also Jim Carrey's here.
All right.
Is that Goofy?
That's Jim Carrey doing Goofy.
I'm pretty sure that's Goofy. The notorious friend of Mickey Mouse.
And notorious lover of Jim Carrey.
And gin and tonic.
Oh. We gotta save that for the other podcast. Let's just see. Hold on.